Hey everybody, we're gonna give it another minute, but welcome to a Tuesday night live stream instead of my usual Wednesday night live stream. So we are back for, I believe, my third live stream of Paranormasight, the Seven Mysteries of Honjo. And last week's live stream was really good, like it really moved the story along because we got to meet all of our like controllable characters, I guess. So we've got the police officer. We have Haruwe, I believe is the one who lost her child, and Yako is the student whose friend died under mysterious circumstances. So yeah. I hope you guys are looking forward to the live stream. So let's just really check. Let's just really quick. Let's just check the chat. So we've already got people saying hello. Okay, so we've got OMG, it's a pancake. Hello, RED cosplay. You've rebranded. Trying to think. What was? You're here a lot. I'm trying to remember. What was your old username? Is it VS cosplay? Are you RED cosplay now? Just so I remember. So, all right, perfect. It's 5 o'clock. Let's go ahead. Let's continue on with where we last left off. Here it is right here. Ah, yes, that's right. So we last left off with Yako and... what was her name? The girl who is, like, really into the occult stuff. She was, like, helping Yako try and... get, you know, some answers about her friend's death, and then that's when she got her curse thing, and now we have to try and escape because somebody is trying to kill us. I believe that is where we left off. So let's go ahead. Escape from Komagata High. Here we go. I love that they do the summaries. I appreciate that, especially because it's been so long. So after Yako acquires the curse of the Fool's Procession, Mio, that's her name, Mio tries to persuade her to give up on going after the rite of resurrection. The effects of other curse echoes are already appearing at the school, so the two hurry to get out of the classroom. So we have to try and make it out of the school and not die. So this should be interesting and maybe a little spooky. I definitely can see this, like, we might get some jump scares here. Oh gosh, especially that's right, because it's like pitch black because the person is going to be using the darkness to try and get us. Hey Mio, what was that just now? Could it be another curse echo different from mine? I think so, yes. We may have been discovered by another curse bearer. Oh. And the thing is, if Yako doesn't want to use her curse, then all she has to do is basically just get home and wait until daytime, and she should be safe. What's wrong? But we know with Okie's, like, he killed her, but this is a different timeline where he's dead before all of this happens, apparently. Someone's there in the classroom. What? At least it's not pitch black. Something moved inside. Well... okay, so we can ignore and proceed or check it out stealthily. Alright, let's go ahead and save first, because I feel like one of these things might not be great for us. So we're going to try first. We're going to ignore and proceed. Or maybe checking it out might be the bad thing. I'm going to ignore. We don't need to check it out, right? Let's hurry and get out of here. Maybe the person who used that curse echo may be in there. If we could just see who it is, it could help us later. Oh, okay, well, it's making me do it anyway, so it's like a perceived choice, but okay, just a glimpse, be careful. Oh, hey, Revealing Storm, welcome to the live stream. Oh boy, this is definitely going to be something where I feel like someone's going to jump out at me. Can you see anything? Try to get a look around. Yep, fuck. God damn it. God damn it. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute, that's the creepy teacher, and he's with a girl. Where are his hands? I don't like that. Huh? Is that our homeroom teacher, Mr. Jonichi? And the person with him is Hitomi from Class A. What? Wait, hold on. There's so many characters to try and remember. Do we have anything on Hitomi? Not yet. Not yet. I'm sure they're going to tell us later who Hitomi is. She's going to be an important character, I'm assuming. Oh my, what is going on here? That bastard. I knew he was a creep. I mean, this could just be like, you know, like making us think something that's not actually happening, but he's at it again. OMG, it's Pancake asked how I'm feeling about the game so far. I really like it. I really do like it. If I wasn't doing this for the live stream, I probably would have finished it by now, to be honest. But I like playing this with an audience, with you guys reacting to it, but I think it's really clever. Anything that's like a mystery, anything with choices, and I like the fact that it's kind of almost like a puzzle game as well, because you have to try and figure out things with like hints and stuff. I'm really digging this game. I'm really glad I picked it up. He's at it again. Oh, I can use my curse. I have to kill him. Okay, let's save. Let's save. I'm sorry, I know I am saved like twice in the span of like 5 minutes. I want to see what happens if I use the curse. Oh, hey. Die, die, Mr. Janucci. I don't think I was supposed to do that. Where are your hands? It looks like he's grabbing at himself. I don't like it. What is this sound? No, Yako, stop. You'll kill Hitomi too. I have to do something. Oh, I didn't think about that. Hey, over there. Who's there? Oh, I was seen. It didn't work. Run, hurry. That felt like the wrong choice. Okay. Oh, and we have a thing about Hitomi as well. So, Koei Janucci, an English teacher and homeroom teacher for Class 2C, he was seen alone with Hitomi Okuda in a classroom late at night by Yako and Mio. Kohei was an honor student and top of his class back in his high school days. The apple of his parents' eyes, he was placed under immense pressure to attend a first-rate university. The family's plans came to a naught, however, when the pressure caused Kohei to sink into a deep depression and fail his entrance exam. Even at the university he was able to enter, Kohei struggled to keep up with his classes, leaving him a vain but wounded young man. Kohei never aspired to be a teacher, but figured it was the least he could do with his talents. He considers his students to be beneath him, and largely looks down on them. Well... Hitomi is a rebellious student in Class 2A at Komagata High School. On the rare occasion when she does show up to school, she skips her classes and spends her time hanging out on the rooftop with her fellow troublemakers. Hitomi is regarded by the teachers as one of the worst offenders among the delinquent students attending Komagata High School. Hitomi was a fairly ordinary student when she started high school. However, trouble at home in her first year had her take a turn for the worst. She began associating with a group of delinquents from the other schools, with whom she'd wander around town at night to avoid returning home. Warnings from teachers about dress code and conduct violations have fallen on deaf ears, with Hitomi going on reactionary rampages around school with her friends, breaking windows and disrupting classes. Recently, some teachers have taken using harsher measures and corporal punishment to correct Hitomi's behavior, but that has only served to exacerbate the animosity between Hitomi and the school. Hitomi is widely regarded as the leader of the troublemakers at Komagata High School, but the title does not mean much to her. Alright. Wait, curse echo, question mark. I know it usually says that. So yeah, not everybody has a curse echo. That would be pretty wild if they did. Okay, anywho, that'd be crazy if everybody here possessed. I mean, they did say there was up to, 15 potential curse echoes? I might go back and redo that. I feel like that wasn't the right choice to make. It seems like they're not coming after us. Let's hope they didn't see our faces. But Yako, what came over you all of a sudden? I'm sorry. Thank you for stopping me. It's like this uncontrollable rage suddenly welled up inside me. I wonder what's gotten into me. I can barely even remember what happened. I'm really sorry. I do think it's partially the curse's influence on you, but we certainly saw something shocking. My heart is still pounding. I'm a little surprised you know Hitomi from Class A. She tends to stand out a lot. Gotcha. Well, she certainly does dress like a delinquent, though she barely shows up to school. But could Mr. Janucci or Hitomi... What the fuck? Oh, that's creepy as hell. Oh, no, I hate that. Ooh. Oh, I like that. It's really subtle and creepy. Mr. Janucci or Hitomi really be a curse bearer? Oh, God. Oh, God. There's a curse here. I don't know, but we should be careful just in case. Yako? When I give the signal, run. Oh, Jesus. Go straight for the entrance. Don't look back, no matter what. Huh? Why? Did something happen? Something happened, didn't it? What about you, Mio? I'll be fine. We'll meet up outside the school gates. If I'm not there in 10 minutes, go straight home, okay? Woof. Oh, damn, Mio. You're badass. Okay, go. Wow, right. Woof. Okay. Don't look back. Don't look back. Wow. That was good. That was like, it wasn't a jump scare. It was like kind of like a really like subtle, but also not so subtle. So maybe Mr. Junichi does have a curse echo, and maybe he saw me and he's using it against me. I don't know. I have to get outside. Let's see. To get to the gates, I go by the gym. Okay, so the gym is right there. Someone else is gonna jump. What are you doing, miss? Oh, Jesus. Whoop. Oh, hi. You shouldn't be here this late. Don't you know what time it is? Oh, Mr. Ashimiya. Well, if it isn't little Yako. Anyway, students ain't supposed to be outside playing around at night. Okay, has he been mentioned yet? Man. Okay, man, we're being introduced to a couple of, well, we weren't introduced to the teacher, but Hitomi is, she's probably been mentioned before, but Makoto is the janitor at Komagata High School. His predecessor was nearing retirement, so he began working as a replacement about 6 months ago. Makoto is popular among the students for his friendly and caring nature, going so far as to remember the names and faces of all those attending the school. He is affectionately known as Old Man Ashiyama. Oh, has he been mentioned before, the old man thing? I feel like somebody's mentioned that before. Although he appears to be a simple, amiable man, Makoto's occasional shrewd remarks have led to speculation among students that he may have led a far more interesting life than it seems. Whatever the truth may be, he will be remembered as one of the 7 mysteries of Komagata High School for some time to come. He will be remembered as one of the... Okay. I don't know, I got bad vibes, especially when it's like someone who remembers a lot about the students and he seems like really nice. I'm like, there's gonna be something weird about this guy. He's probably gonna be revealed to be like a bad dude later. I don't know. I know you're rough around the edges, but I didn't take you for one to act out like this. I'm sorry, I forgot something back in the classroom. Huh? No sass today, huh? I realized you were in the wrong, did you? Yes. Forgot something in your classroom, huh? You're a piece of work. Dude, I guess that's what they talked about with, like, the comments. Like, sometimes he makes, like, comments. It's like, I don't know. I'm getting bad vibes from this dude. But you don't have nothing with you. Oh, wait, you do. What's that in your hand? Huh? Well, this is what I forgot. I got it from my grandpa. It's really important to me. Huh, girls these days sure have weird tastes. Well, okay, you better head straight home if you're done. I won't tell on you. No, wait, I can't let you walk home alone this late. All right, wait a little. I'll hurry and lock things up. Oh, wait. Oh, no. Oh, no, if he locks up, then Mio's gonna be, like, stuck in the school. Okay, we're gonna save. Oh, wait, no, I don't want to save over that one, just in case. No, we are not going to abandon Mio. Actually, a friend of mine is still inside. I think they'll be here soon. That's so? Who's your friend? My classmate, Mio Kurasuzu? Oh, that transfer student. Breaking school rules already. I totally snitched on her, but it's for the greater good. I wasn't going to just leave without her. Didn't take her for the type. No, I was the one who dragged her here. I'm a bad influence. Well, whatever. I'll go take a look. It'll be safer if you go home together. Right. She's in the first floor hallways. Be careful, though. You don't know what may be there. What's that supposed to mean? First floor, yeah? I'll be right back. Oh, God, I may have just sent this dude to die. Maybe he wasn't such a bad guy after all, and I just sent him to his death. I don't know. Interesting, though. It seems like that could have gone a couple of different ways. Like, what would have happened if I just left? She's late. I've been waiting for 20 or 30 minutes, but there's no sign of her. I'm starting to get worried. I'm going to take a look. Oh, no. Oh, boy. Okay, famous last words. Here we go. Mio, are you there? I'm totally gonna get a jump scare, aren't I? That thing is gonna... Oh, God. Here we go. Must prepare myself. Oh, no. Is that Mio or is that the janitor, huh? Or maybe it's the teacher? Maybe it's Hitomi? Oh, boy. Oh, right. I have to look. I have to look. Oh, geez. She is missing... Oh, shit. She's missing a leg? Oh, that's... Oh, no. Eek. Oh, Mio. Mio, what happened? Where did I go wrong this time? Oh, I think I got a bad end. I hope I can save her. It's my fault. It's all my fault. I left her alone with a curse bear. Wait. Hold on. Yes, this is all well and good. The music's really creepy. This is... Because there was the one about... This one here, the one-sided reed, right? That's the one? Yeah, he cut the arm and leg off one side of the body. Okay, so we know that this curse bearer has the one-sided reed. Well, let's hope we can go back and fix this. I left her alone, Mio. Oh, Mio, you didn't deserve that, girl. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. The truth is... And then I died too. Damn. Was it the mistake did I make from the beginning? When I tried... Was it when I tried to use the curse? Did that fuck it up because they knew I was there? Achievement, one-sided Yako. Nice. My Rose, you seem to have arrived at a less than favorable result, but this was bound to happen. There is someone who must not be trusted. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? If so, you may choose to withhold important information from that person. Oh, fear not. You may try as many times as you like. Okay, so... We could go in two different directions. So we could try... Oh, it's him. Oh, okay. So we have to choose the other answer. Okay. You don't have nothing with you. So he's not to be trusted. Huh. Okay. So I don't know if he's the curse bearer because that thing showed up when he... Then again, maybe the curse can show up while he's outside. Because, like, what's he doing here? I don't know. He might be the curse bearer. Okay. So we need to... Man, it's funny how the game plays you like that because everything in, your instincts tell you to, like, that is the wrong choice because you don't want to abandon Mio, but maybe it's just, like, by not trusting her to, like, get out, we kind of doomed her. So this dude is probably the curse bearer then. Okay, so it feels wrong to choose this, but I'm gonna pick it, I guess. Oh, right. Mr. Janucci was actually looking for you inside the main building. Ah, okay. So she's still going to prevent him from locking up the school, but going for a different person. Was that? He here right now? What's he thinking? I don't know. He was in class 3B on the second floor just a bit ago. Well, I suppose that means I can't be locking up yet. And this is good because whatever's going on with him and that student, maybe he can step in and stop it. Well, I suppose it means I can't be locking up yet. Second floor, you said. I'll go take a peek. Be back in a jiff. My house is really close by. I'll be fine on my own, really. That's so? Oh, the snack shop, right? Oh, boy. It is a little creepy how much he does seem to know about all the students. Suppose you'll be fine then. Be careful now, you hear? Stay on the big, well-lit streets. If something happens, shout fire. Okay, you worry too much. Well, we wouldn't want to be losing any more students. Though I imagine you would know that better than anyone. Yes, you're right. Okay. Hopefully Mio will make it out now. I like that. I like that it kind of played with the expectations of what seems to be the right choice, and then you get punished for it. In some games, I would find that frustrating, but because you can literally just start right from, like, where you make that choice, it doesn't feel that bad. Mio's late. Oh, she's still late, though. I've been waiting for 20 or 30 minutes, but there's no sign of her. Oh, shit. She said that after, like, 10 minutes, right? Huh? There's somebody coming down the road. Oh, that's one of the curse bearers. That's a teacher. It's Mr. Arashi. Okay, hold on. Let's see. Has his been... This is what happens when you play once a week, unfortunately. Okay, so his is the ever-burning lantern. Okay, so his is the one with, like, it being dark. So we gotta be careful. But it makes me feel better that we know what his is and we can prepare for it. He looks on edge. I wonder what he's doing. Wait, he's the one who discovered the rite of resurrection. It wouldn't be strange for him to be involved with the curses. I wonder if he has a curse stone. What do I do? Is he waiting outside? Was he the one who, like, set all the lights off in the school, or was that just a coincidence? So if he has the one with it to be dark, is he just, like, waiting to kill people? That's another thing. Is, like, how close does a curse bearer need to be to a person they want to kill? Do they have to be right there? Can they be like him and just, like, wait outside of a building? Because that seems a little OP. I wonder if he has a curse stone. What do I do? But it's way past the 10 minutes Mio said she'd be here by. I managed to escape. I can't let that go to waste. I need to get out of here before anyone sees me. This feels so wrong, though. Oh, man. I just left her there. Ah, she's probably dead, no matter what. That's a bummer if that's the case, because she seemed like such a cool character, and then like we just met her. I'm home, thank goodness. I don't think the walk has ever felt so long. Nobody will be able to use their curse once it's light outside. Exactly. Just go home, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, and you're fine. Like, as long as you don't plan on using the curse stone, you don't have to worry about it. I need to go look for Mio as soon as it's morning. But for now, I need some rest. She's doing the smart thing. A little bit selfish because she, left Mio behind. Ah, there we go. Okay. So, so it looks like I got both the endings there. So now we're back to Tetsuo. The Hunt for the Curse Bearers, Part 2. At Midorochi Park, they run into a local researcher named Hideki Arashi, who turns out to be the curse bearer of the ever-burning lantern. They try to probe Arashi for information, because he's well-versed on the rite of resurrection, but end up only obtaining his curse stone. Oh, wait. Okay. I guess we'll start from him leaving? Have I done this one already? Alright, thanks to you, we learned a lot from him. I wonder, the mysteries and rite are all public information. He kept everything he knows about the other curse bearers and the source of the curse here hidden. I was hoping he would at least give us a clue about how to beat those curses. I see, then we should be more aggressive next time. Really make them spit it out. And by we, I mean you. I'm guessing he wants to save this curse. He wouldn't have told us anything, no matter what we asked. But now we know where he hangs out. We can always send someone for him if need be. Right, got it. Oh, there's is his name Jun? And his pouty lips. I miss them. I was surprised to hear there are actually 9. I think I've done this already. That's 2 extra curse bearers we have to find. We've confiscated 2, so there are 6 more. They could be anywhere in the town. We have to find them fast or they may start using the curses. No, I think we're already too late. I didn't tell you this, but there were some soul dregs in Namagaki's curse stone. Okay, yeah, I've already done this. He's already killed someone. It's not much, so it probably wasn't a curse bearer. We know who did it. We can make arrangements to take him into custody. We'll have Paranormal Affairs pick him up tomorrow. For now, we continue our search. I mean, at least I'm getting, I guess, like a recap on stuff. On to the next place. We just have to cross them off the list one by one. Boss? Good to know we can use the Minor Offenses Act to arrest people with curse stones. But why didn't we do that with Namagaki? We could do that. There'd be no need for Paranormal Affairs. What grounds would a normal detective have to put him under arrest? I suppose that's true. Okay, it's just confused me because, like, it didn't have... Oh, it does, too. Oh, I couldn't see it. It does have the little cracks in the screen. I always thought that, like, oh, maybe I haven't done that one yet. Well, shoot. All of them have cracks in the screen. I guess we'll just... I'm a little stuck now. I don't know where to proceed because it seems like I've come to the end of each one. So, what next? The big question is what the rest of the curse bearers are up to. Luckily, the Sumida River is a good distance from any of the 7 mysteries. It's unlikely the other curse bearers will come all the way here. I can finally have a moment to think. Yet this as well, I think I've done this. Excuse me. Oh, wait! I think this is new. Oh, hi. Oh! That's the girl that was with the guy, that student, the one with the sound-based one, the one who's always hanging out at the bridge. So we'll finally get to find out what this woman's all about. Where'd she come from? It's like she appeared out of nowhere. I didn't mean to startle you. I'm terribly sorry if I've gotten the wrong people, but would you happen to be curse bearers? And just like him, she's just coming right out about it. I guess they don't have much time. They don't have time to really be subtle about it. Curse bearers? What's that then? It means someone who's gathering souls for the rite of resurrection. You have heard of the rite of resurrection, haven't you? Everybody's talking about it. Color me intrigued. Care to tell me more, miss... What was your name again? Oh, silly me. I'm Ayame Tono. Okay, university student. So there we go. We got a new person. Or at least we have her name now. And we finally have something new happening. So there we go. She certainly has no reservations telling us about the rite of resurrection. It'll be worth keeping an eye on her. She could be trouble. She says her name is Ayame. I guess she's around 20. She must be brave, walking around alone this late. Or maybe there's more to it. There's more to the rite of resurrection than meets the eye, you see. So the best way to collect soul dregs is to kill other curse bears. She's like, let me tell you guys about how to do this. I'm like the tutorial. And that's about the size of it. I hope it wasn't too much to follow. No, I think I get the gist. Funny old world we live in, huh? So, are you saying you're one of these curse bearers? No, well, not quite. It's complicated. I'm not, but Yutaro is. Yutaro? Is that your boyfriend? Oh, heavens no, just a friend. His full name is Yutaro Namagaki. We're, I suppose you could say, partners in crime. Funny way of putting it. That must be it. She must be half of the young couple Richter mentioned. So, where's this Yutaro now? Well, about that, he's not actually a curse bearer anymore. That's right, because the cop took it away from him. He's more like a former curse bearer. Former? How so? I don't really know the details, but apparently he lost his curse stone. She's like, idiot. Typical, right? He makes such a show of being a top student, only to flunk where it counts. So now I'm out here looking for curse bearers myself. If you want something done right, damn. I love this girl. She's like, partner in crime. She's sticking with him, but also she's roasting him. He lost it. How did he do that? I wasn't with him at the time, so I don't exactly know what happened. I love she's like, if I had been around, that wouldn't have happened. All I know is he came back saying he didn't have it anymore. Although, well, it's strange that you'd probe into this of all things. I'm just the curious sort, that's all. Sorry if it's a touchy subject. Oh, I don't mind. I don't particularly care about keeping it a secret, clearly. Yutaro can be a little irrational sometimes, so I have to keep a level head on my shoulders. So anyway, mind if I ask you why you thought I was a curse bearer? Oh, that. I am terribly sorry. I was so rude. I mean, technically, Richter is not. And Harue's doing the smart thing and keeping her mouth shut. I saw the two of you out late at night, and I suppose I made assumptions. Gotcha. Sorry if we gave you the wrong idea. Out of interest, what was your plan if we did turn out to be curse bearers? Great question, and the answer is I was going to ask you very nicely for your curse stones. And you thought that we would have given them to you, just like that? Well, maybe not, but you know what they say, you never know until you ask. You must really love your boyfriend if you're willing to try something that risky. Oh, goodness, no, we're just friends. My life doesn't revolve around him, you know, but then, like, why is she doing all this for him? Maybe she's just really into the occult. Anyway, you aren't curse bearer, so I'm just bothering you, aren't I? Please ignore me. So, what are you trying to do with this rite of resurrection? Well, Yutaro has his own plan laid out. I don't know if I can get behind it, though. It seems, how do I put it, self-centered? I don't know, he seems, yeah, like a little douchey. I don't know why she would be friends with him. I don't know, if you've got a chance to resurrect the dead, it would be a waste not to use it on someone that really matters, right? So I was planning to steal his curse stone at the last second and use it for myself. Oh, that explains. Okay, that's why. Well, until he lost it anyway. She's like, you idiot. But don't tell Yutaro I was going to do that, okay? I don't think he'd be very happy to hear it. Of course, keeping secrets is my business. My, aren't you dashing? She is really being very upfront about all of this. It sounds like you really have your heart set on this right. What were you hoping to use it on? Do you promise you won't laugh? Cross my heart. Well, let me tell you my master plan. Prepare to be amazed. Ahem. I am an art student, you see. Woodblock prints are my specialty. Ukiyo-e in particular. Ukiyo-e, huh? You must be a cultured lady. Do you think so? Everybody says it's a strange interest for a girl to have. Actually, that was... Let me just check really quick if they have... I feel like they've mentioned... No, I thought they mentioned ukiyo-e before, but maybe not. People often think of ukiyo-e as some inaccessible high-class art form, but that's actually totally untrue. Back in the Edo period, it was the art for the masses, amusement for the common people. So when you think about it, we feel exactly the same thrills from every brush stroke as they did. Isn't that fascinating? Huh, yeah, I guess. And as far as I'm concerned, the undisputed king of ukiyo-e is the one and only Hokusai. Have you heard of him? Sure I have, he's famous. Didn't he live somewhere around here back in the Edo period? That's right, you're just as knowledgeable as you look. His 36 views of Mount Fuji are so iconic. They're the only works of his most people know. Well, I guess I would agree that's true. But Hokusai was so much more than just mountains and waves. That's only the teeny tiny tip of a veritable iceberg of work. I've got to admit, I only really know him from these landscapes myself. Oh, don't worry about it. Anyone can learn. So she's gonna raise him from the dead to what, like, teach her how to do it? When Hokusai died at the age of 90, he left behind over 30,000 drawings. That's multiple drawings a day for 80 years. Amazing, right? So he kept on drawing right up until his old age, huh? Impressive. But even in his final years, he was never satisfied with his own work. His dying words were, "Should heaven afford me but 5 more years, I shall finally become a true artist." Even on his deathbed, he still thought he had more to learn. He was already the greatest painter and artist of his era. Who knows what he could have done with more time? Well, that's what I want to find out. Hold on, are you saying... Besides, he always said he wanted to move out of 100 houses, but he only made it to 93. Isn't that just tragic? Oh no, nuh-uh. No way this is going where I think it's going. Imagine the masterpieces he could create with modern techniques. I feel all dizzy just thinking about it. You've got to be kidding me. So if I understand correctly, you want to use the rite of resurrection. That's right. I want to bring back Hokusai back to life. Well, that's certainly a novel idea. I mean, the girl at the beginning wanted to bring her dog back, so... I don't know, it's really all dependent on the person. Oh, but Harui's just like, really? Like, I'm trying to bring back my son. Fuck you. Like, if you want to bring back someone you didn't even know. That's what she'd use it on? What a waste. Oh, shit. Okay, Ukiyo, I still don't quite know what that is like, is that a term of, is that like a type of painting? Active during the late Edo period, considered to be the golden age of ukiyo-e in Japan. 36 views of Mount Fuji, a prolific artist. Okay, core figure. Sorry, I'm just kind of giving this a quick glance over. I'm just like, I want to try and get through as much of the story as possible. Oh gosh, is that time? I should be going. I need to get my hands on a curse bearer before daybreak. Sorry for flagging you down out of the blue like that. Best of luck. Alright, but we will read Ayame's. A young woman working with Yutaro Namagaki, her love of Katsushika Hokusai's ukiyo, God, say that 5 times fast, is so great she wishes to resurrect him with the rite of resurrection. She is a clever but calculating university student who only has time for her own interests. So she's selfish and self-serving, just like what's his face, Namagaki is. She's making the best of a recent boom in the popularity of female university students, incited by their appearance across TV commercials and radio programs. Ayami's content to ride this trend so long as it allows her to get her hands on whatever she needs and wants in life. Recently, Ayami's figured out older men will fall for her. She acts a little bit stupid. She was approached by Yutaro Namagaki in town and, although she was not attracted to him, agreed to date him because his family seemed rich. However, she does not think much of him as a human being and is beginning to grow bored of their relationship. I love that. That's amazing. I just love getting more information on them. She's like so calculating. Well, there goes trouble. If we're going after curse stones, we should keep an eye on her. 2 if we can. Why do you say that? Before she left, she wished us best of luck. She's at least got an inkling that we're curse bearers. There's a good chance we'll clash sooner or later. We're after the same thing, after all. You head on back to the mansion, ma'am. I think I'll tail her for a while. I bet that Ayami's probably pissed that the guy Yutaro got it instead. She's like, what a waste. He's such an idiot. She's like, if I had had it, it would not have been stolen. Alright, so there we go. Alright, so we're moving on here. Haruhi has received multiple reports about other suspected curse bearers, although concerned about Ayame Tono, who's apparently also after the curse stones. She entrusts Richter to continue his investigation. Now, difference is she actually is trying to fill up her curse stone, so she's probably a little pissed that she's like, we've got limited time and I have to go back home, back here again. I left Richter to continue looking for curse bearers and came home alone. We'll look around for a little bit. Will this really be enough to gather the soul dregs I need? What if nobody uses any more curses? I'll lose my chance to bring him back. I can hear the wind rustling in the trees. Ooh, what is that? Oh, it's just, I forgot about that. I forgot about those stickers. That thing, I thought that was like a weird cat thing. I'm like, what the fuck is this? The old Shigima mansion. We rebuilt it here after the Great Kanto earthquake. It's always stayed the same all these years. Even the war didn't touch it. I never liked it growing up. I always wanted to live somewhere more modern. Okay, so now we gotta think about her house as well. Family estate was originally located some distance from the city, but the Great Kanto earthquake of 1923 forced them to rebuild in a new location. The Shigima mansion was at one time a bustling place where members of the social elite mingled. 1 year ago, however, the head of the house was struck with sudden melancholy, and ever since their mansion has stood silent as the grave. Here's kind of an embarrassing thing about, like, whenever I mention about Kanto, is because, like, in the first Pokemon, it was the Kanto region, and I thought for an embarrassingly long amount of time, like, I only learned this in maybe the past 10 years, that Kanto is actually a real place. I thought that Kanto was a made-up place for Pokemon, so that's my little story. Okay, I guess we should go inside. Oh, that's it? Oh, that's okay. But that's fine, because now we get to hang out with Cool Cop. After persuading Arashi, the curse bearer of the ever-burning lantern, to give up his stone, Tsutsumi and Ario have obtained 3 curse stones in total. They continue their investigation of the town in search of the remaining curse bearers. Yeah, tricky for Haraway, because, like, already 3 curse stones are in the hands of one person who does not plan on using them, so that's going to be tough for her. She's going to have to kill a lot of non-curse bearers. Well, with this, we'll have visited every place connected to the 7 mysteries. This is the last spot, huh? And we've got nothing to show for it, even though every last location looked suspect from top to bottom. Maybe we came at the wrong time. There might not have been any curse bearers around. It sounds like we'll need to do another round before morning comes then. Or maybe someone's been observing our movements. I love his faces so much. What? No way. It's just a thought. Either way, we should check out the last place. He looks like he looks like he shit himself. Like, his faces are so exaggerated and they're great. Let's hope we finally get a lead. Oh shit, that's Okie. Oh, we're finally having the connection here. Okay. Whoa, 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 what the hell is this? Is he dead? Damn it, we were too late. Was this a curse too? Hang on, I'm gonna call this in. I'll leave it to you. I'm gonna take a look around. Damn, alright, I like that we're having the connection. So now we know in this timeline, I guess we can't save him. Is there one where we can save everybody? I don't know. Boss, bad news. What is it? Another mysterious death was reported in the area just now. The medical unit and forensics team are on their way, but it will be a while before they arrive. Ah, that is bad news. So, they've got somebody else. You think this is the work of a curse bearer? Now, who is that? It wouldn't be the girl that Okie was hanging out with, right? Like, he sent her home. I'm trying to think of who else it could be. Maybe, because they said in the area, I wonder if it was somebody from the school. Because we sent in the janitor to check things out, and I'm pretty sure he has one of the curse stones, so maybe he killed the teacher, maybe the girl as well. And then we still don't know what's going on, like, with Mio. We don't know if she's safe. With suspicious deaths popping up one after another, we have to assume it is. Shit, I guess we'll be stuck waiting around for a while. Oh, I can't talk to him. Darn it. Okay. Oh, huh. The phone's ringing. Boss, the phone is ringing. He seems distracted by the phone. Boss, the phone. What about it? It's ringing. It sure is. Are you going to pick it up? Why would I? Why wouldn't you? It's super suspicious. Apparently, my detective does not have the best detective skills here. A young man in his 20s killed in cold blood. He's definitely dead, but I can't quite discern the cause from what I've seen. There are no obvious external wounds, but what is that leaking from his mouth? Water? Alright, fine, I guess I'll check it out. Oh, wait a little bit longer. What's this? There's something stuck to the side of the phone. Come on, boss. That's not what we're supposed to be searching for. I wonder what happens if I find them all. Probably just like an achievement or something. I checked the surroundings earlier. There were no signs of a curse bearer or any curse echoes around. The ringing of the phone is the only sound cutting through the quiet park. Okay, fine. I'll answer the phone. Well, we better go check it out. You're right, but be careful. It could be a curse. Hey, I said we. You expect me to go alone? You're the one who was tough against this stuff. Don't worry, boss. You can do it. Go on now. Damn it. Hello. Kinshibori Park phone booth. Evening, Detective Tsutsumi. How are things looking out there? Who is this? I finally got him. The real deal. Detective Tetsuo Tsutsumi himself. Oh, wait. That's Chief Inspector Tsutsumi now, isn't it? You've come a long way since we last met. I asked you to identify yourself. Man, have you forgotten already all the time we spent together? What a time that was. As I recall, I gave you quite the runaround. Wait, is this? Ooh, Fumashika Nijima. That's right, that is... that's the serial killer, right? Where are you? Where are you? Oh shit, it is too. The man who made headlines over 2 decades ago is the perpetrator of the brutal killings. So he is out of prison. Wait, did you say Fumashika Nijima? Like the one from the Nijima murders? Ding, 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 you got it. I had a feeling that the great Chief Tsutsumi would remember me. I spent 20 long years in a cell thanks to you. That shit was not easy. You should be thanking me. Should have given you plenty of time to think and atone for your sins. That it did. I've repented. My conscience is as clean as a whistle. Bullshit. 20 years in prison didn't even begin to make up for the shit you did. I don't know about that. After all, the justice system was gracious enough to grant me parole. What? This is the real Fumashika Nejima. He must still have a grudge against me for arresting him. So, is this payback? Damn it. What's your goal? Now, you've got to understand. I've repented, seen the light. I've been a good boy since I was granted parole. I even got myself a job. I've been real serious about walking the right path. Well, that's very nice. Keep it up. But it was no good. When the opportunity arose, it was impossible to hold myself back. I knew I had to give you a little token of thanks, or I'd never be truly able to have a fresh start. Do you get what I'm saying? No thanks. I don't need anything. No need to do all that for me. Just try to live a quiet life. What if it literally was just him being like, hey, I'm just letting you know that, like, I've turned things around. I just want to thank you for helping me see the light. And that was it. There was no subcontext to it. It would be all too easy to just kill you, to tear you apart. But that wouldn't be very satisfying. Certainly not after 20 fucking years of waiting. It's a long time to nurture a grudge. You fucking bet it is. I let it gnaw at me, grow inside of me. I thought of nothing else. All that time I played model prisoner, endured the harassment those asshole guards threw at me. And I did it all for you, Tsutsumi, so please just accept my deepest and most sincere feelings. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I don't feel the same way about you. Shut the fuck up. That attitude of yours is why I'm saving you for last. How do you know where I am? That's my favorite part. The sound of confusion in your voice. It's to die for. This is delicious. I can't get enough. I'm not telling you shit. Have fun racking your tiny little brain. What are you planning? Whatever it is, bring it on. I'm not running away. I just told you I'm not coming for you yet. Pay attention when people talk, shithead. You see, this time I want to see you on your knees, weeping in despair, begging me for mercy. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Dear Nijima, please forgive me. I won't do it again. Shut the fuck up. That's exactly why I've always hated you so fucking much. It was worth a shot. Did you really think that would sate me, asshole? You must be crazy. Well, then we're both crazy. We've got so much in common. We should be friends. Enjoy cracking your jokes while you still can. I'm going to kill everyone you care about, one by one till there's no one left. Sorry to disappoint, but I'm a lone wolf. I don't have anyone like that in my life. No! You have Jun! He's your bro. Yeah, exactly. Boss, what about me? Aww. Wait, are you just trying to protect me? There's not a single person you care about? I wonder what your sweet daughter would think if she were to hear that. Oh, that's right. Don't you fucking dare. I'm warning you. Oh, very nice. This is more like it. She's living all on her own now, isn't she? Attending university and all? Such a good girl. Oh my, don't tell me she just happens to live in Honjo. She does? No, forget it. This isn't funny, asshole. I'm gonna find you and make you pay. I love it. Keep going. I want to hear you lose your mind. It's music to my ears, so... I'm guessing that he is a curse bearer. If she's living in Honjo, he can use his curse echo on her. Fuck you. I look forward to chopping up your precious daughter. It'll just be like old times. I won't let that happen. Well, he's saying chopping up, so that sounds like something he would do himself rather than use like a curse echo. I look forward to chopping up your precious... Okay, so he said that already. I guess I could give you a little hint. Well, you see, I have the one-sided read. He's the janitor. He's the janitor, right? He's got to be the janitor. He said he has a job. Now, it could be the teacher. It could be Junichi, but didn't he come running and was like talking to Richter about how like a girl cursed him? If he had a curse echo, he wouldn't feel as like, I don't know, defenseless. I bet it's the janitor. Satsumi, you have the Evergreen Beach, no? Nijima, you're a curse bearer? You're using the power of the curse? Indeed. And what a peculiar curse it is. But that's where my hints end, so he's gonna be like the final boss. God damn it, the curse echo couldn't have fallen into worse hands. One more thing we should discuss. In fact, it's the most important thing. I thought you were finally gonna shut up. I'm already sick of you, so I'll pass. Oh, but you don't want to miss this. It's the main course. I could just go after your daughter, but something tells me you'd get bored. No, I'm good. You got me real fired up. You're in my head. Well done. But this is a gift tailor-made for you. I'm going to kill all the people you swore to protect. Every last person living here. You couldn't. But with this curse of mine, I can't... Oh my god, what is this curse about? He could kill everybody in the town? That just seems OP. That's not fair. I'll give you until dusk. By then, I could probably get a couple of hundred people or so. And it will be all your fault. It must be so hard to know they'll all die because of you. So tragic. It must be tearing you apart. Don't fuck with me. There's no way an amateur like you could pull off a curse that strong. Unfortunately for you, I absolutely can. My curse stone is a particularly strong one, which means I can have my fun without needing to hold back one bit. It's almost like the Feast of Shadows was cast just for me. You're surprisingly well informed about this. Who was it that tipped you off? Who knows? And how about I killed myself first and ruin all your fun? What about that, asshole? Idiot, you think I'd call it off just because you were dead? There's no running away for you. I'll find you. I won't let you get away with this, Nijima. You got 12 hours. Do you really think your paltry little organization will be able to make a dent in my plans? Oh, the sacrifices made will be heavy. I can't wait to see you sobbing with regret. And I'll even have enough soul dregs to pull off the rite of resurrection. How splendid. Wait, Nejima, you're after the... Anyway, see you around. Bye-bye for now. So he wants to bring somebody back. And apparently his curse can take out hundreds of people. So, that sucks. Boss. Ario, did you catch all that? Nijima, what is he planning? Who knows? For now, we need to find him and get him into custody. Send word to HQ. But the fact the 7 mysteries are wrapped up in this is going to make things tricky. You mean with Nijima being a curse bearer? Just our luck, really. It couldn't have been a worse guy. And apparently he's got the strongest one, so that sucks. It sounds like his curse will be able to kill a lot of people at once. I'd like to avoid getting our investigators caught in the crossfire. Trying to think of like, so his is probably the most OP, but I'm like, who has the weakest one so far? So there's the one with like, if you have fire on you, like something that can light a fire, that one seems a little lame. Like it'd have to be a very specific person you could use that on. And the one about the complete darkness too, that one's really tough because there aren't many situations where somebody will be in complete darkness. We'll use them to find out where he is, but then we're going in alone. We should try to collect as many curse stones as we can before then. Let's hurry. Aye aye, boss. Like the one that the student had with like the sound, that one would be, that one seems like that one's pretty easy to pull off. Later, it was reported a total of 3 suspicious deaths were discovered that night. Nijima's threats, along with the curse, were kept secret from the general public. Oh shit, so who are the 3 people? So I'm wondering if it was the people in the school? And then maybe the guy right here. Okay, however, the Honjo serial killing still made international headlines following the death of police officer Hajime Yoshimi. That's right, he died too, that police officer. At Satsumi's request, a large-scale investigation was launched into Fumichika and Nejima's whereabouts. Satsumi and Ario themselves spent the rest of the night looking for curse bearers in the area, but their search ended in vain. Oh, it's like we got a bad end. And with that, the curtain closed on that cursed night. 12 hours to sunset. Oh, good point. CRSIJJ Sim said 80s Japan, probably 90% of people smoked. That's true. I didn't think about that. I'm thinking about, like, these days. Then again, I guess a lot of people might have, like, vapes and stuff, so that could light a fire too. So, okay, that one actually is not bad. I'm thinking about it from a pretty selfish perspective, or a very like, I don't smoke, I don't have anything on me that could light a fire, so I'm like, that one seems kind of lame, but... Okay, so we've got... Wait a minute. Alright, I have to check this. Did Mio make it out? It looks like she did. Bringing her friend back from the dead means she'll have to pay the price. Yako makes it to home safely, but she still isn't sure about how to proceed with her curse. She worries about Mio as the night passes. Well, if she's right there, I wonder if that was like a little bit of a, spoiler that Mio made it out. Hey, she did! Yay! I'm glad that they, like, right away is like, yeah, she's fine. Oh, good morning, Yako. Huh? Yako, rise and shine. Huh? You're up? It's morning? Are you okay? Can you remember your name? Duh, I'm... the Spectre of the Spirit Board. Yes, I am the Spectre of the Spirit Board. No, don't fall back asleep. You must still be dreaming. Wake up. Yeah, I'm Yako Sakazaki. Good. Mio, thank you for last night. Was everything okay? Yep, still alive. I couldn't dispel the curse echo or learn the identity of who used it, but I managed to at least get away. But in that situation, it's the best you can hope for. I'm sorry I got you involved in something so dangerous. I meant to look for you as soon as the sun rose, but I was just so sleepy. I can't even remember when I fell asleep. It's okay. It's only natural to be exhausted after what you went through. Besides, I also felt bad that you've been wrapped up in all of this. It's supposed to be my job to prevent that from happening. Oh yeah, you said something about that last night. Just who are you exactly, Mio? Oh, well, the truth is, I've been trained in things having to do with the supernatural. You mean you can learn that kind of stuff like you would with flower arranging? I had quite the eventful childhood. It sounds like it must have been tough. It would take a long time to explain, so let's leave it at that for now. As fate would have it, I've ended up as the apprentice, or maybe more like assistant, to a notable paranormal expert. Schools have always had more paranormal disturbances because young people tend to be more susceptible to these things. I'm sent to schools that may experience something paranormal and put a stop to it before it happens. We need a spin-off game with Mio and her adventures at different schools. Wow, it's amazing. So it's like a part-time job you do while also being a student? That'd make a good anime, too. It's just like, she's like paranormal high school girl who has to save people. And she's just like the mysterious transfer student. People don't know the truth about her. Well, I do help maintain public order, but it's all part of my training, so I don't get any money. Oh, she's like an intern. Oh, you got it rough then, but still, that's really amazing. You were so cool when you faced off against the evil spirit. I never know if I should be happy when you compliment me like that. But anyways, that's why it's up to me to resolve any paranormal issues at the school. And why I'm going to look into the cause of all this. But for now, let's head to school. Yeah. Oh, do you have your curse stone? Now that it's daytime and its power's diminished, I should be able to hold on to it. Do you want to give it a try? Right, I do have it, but... Yako? Is it really so wrong? Trying to bring Michio back, I mean? I can't approve of it. The rite may seem like a dream come true, but if it involves taking the lives of other people, then... Yeah, true. I want to make sure this whole ritual ends without anyone getting hurt. That's what I believe, and what I'll put before anything else. The pursed lips get me every time. I love it. I'm sorry, but is it okay if I hold on to it? Yako, I promise I won't use the curse, no matter what, even though I already tried to. But maybe there's some other way. I just have this feeling I shouldn't give up on the possibility just yet. That said, I will help you, even if it's to stop the curses. Or the Michio that still exists within me. I'll settle things so we can move forward. Okay, but if you ever feel in danger, you can give me the curse stone at any point. Right, thank you, Mio. Okay, let's go. Okay, now we got information about the candy shop. An old-fashioned candy shop located on a street corner in Honjo. It's been in Yako Sakazaki's family for 3 generations. On the weekends, you can spot Yako watching over the store, cooking manjayaki and playing traditional tops and card games with the local children. Though traditional candy shops are known for selling cheap treats for kids, it's not uncommon to see these largely privately owned businesses becoming something more like general stores, selling food, drinks, utensils, and other necessities. Many families operate candy stores on the dirt ground floor of their home, known as a doma, with a space in the back where customers can eat monjayaki, as well as arcade games and capsule toy machines in the front. Such facilities make them attractive places for children to gather and play. However, the harsh reality is that traditional candy shops, which thrived during the period of high economic growth, when many confectionery manufacturers entered the market, are experiencing a steady decline due to the rise of convenience stores. Oh, there was a thing about the mockingbirds as well. So I've only got... Oh, okay. Oh, so there's hints about some of them here. Approach the nets, a bottom shelf surrounded, jackpot by darkness. Look up at the first house, among the morning green, before hearing the history in the bright garden if you won the lottery. Oh boy, okay. Can't guarantee I'm going to be getting all these, but... I wonder if there's people outside. I bet people died, because they did say about how 3 deaths have already happened. I bet the teacher and maybe Hitomi died. Huh? I thought it unusually noisy. There's a big group of people and police in front of the school. Did something happen? If the police are here, then something must have. I'll go ask. Thanks. This isn't good. What happened? Don't panic, okay? The first teacher who came to work this morning found something. Okay. Yep, Mr. Janucci was found dead in the middle of the school grounds. What? They're closing the school for today. But that's not all. I didn't know this either since I didn't watch the morning news, but rumors are spreading that a number of bodies were found nearby. So, got Mr. Janucci, there's Okie, and what's the third body? I guess the, would it be the teacher? But I think he's been dead for a little while, so it wouldn't be him. Or not the teacher, sorry, the police officer. What? There's no way. Why? Could it be because of the curse? We don't know enough to say. From what I've heard, Mr. Janucci's body was in the middle of the grounds, but his body was covered in bruises, like he'd fallen from somewhere high. Oh, just like her friend Michio. Taking into account his unnatural death and the timing, it's very likely it has something to do with the curse. And Mr. Janucci, in the previous timeline, he was talking about how, or maybe it was this timeline, where he was talking about how, like, Michio was coming for him, I think, so, and she died from falling off a roof, apparently, so maybe there is a connection. You're saying someone used their curse on him last night. It seems like it, doesn't it? But it's probably the janitor, aka Nijima. Well, that's so scary. So the curses really do kill people, and someone used it. I mean, Yako tried. She only failed because they had to hear the sound for like 30 seconds or something, right? Keep your voice down, okay? What would happen if another curse bearer heard you? Eep, sorry. Okay, let's see. His deceased body was discovered on the school grounds at dawn. Okay, so that is the only update so far. I wish we had a little more information, but they've locked up the front gate. Maybe we could sneak in through the back entrance. That person over there. Isn't that Hitomi? Okay, so Hitomi made it out. You're right, that's unusual. But she was at the school last night, too. She must know something about Mr. Janucci. Let's see what she has to say. Oh, Mio, wait for me. Huh. So you're telling me the 2 of you were the ones at the school last night. No sense hiding it then. Plus, I owe you one, Mio. I'll tell you everything I know. Thank you. She owes you? Oh, yeah, right after I transferred here, there was a bit of trouble. She gave me one of those, what was it? Oh, exorcisms. Huh, so that's what it was. Did you hear about Mr. Janucci? Heard about it. I've known about it since last night. I saw that asshole bite it on the school grounds myself. What? You saw it happen? Tell us about it. What happened exactly? Don't really know myself. It was pitch black. What I can tell you. It was almost dawn, probably around 3. He started freaking out all of a sudden. He ran out to the grounds like something was chasing him, and then screamed. Oh, somebody help me. Forgive me, Michio. That's right. He said she was coming for him. Or something like that while he was running around. Michio. He mentioned Michio? Was there anyone else out on the grounds? It was too dark to see from where I was, but for just a second, I think I saw a girl in a school uniform with her hair in braids. Oh? I didn't go out to make sure, so it could have been nothing for all I know. Then I heard him begging for his life, like I was wrong and I'll do anything. And all of a sudden his arms and legs snapped, even though he was just standing there. Oh, so they were saying like he fell off a roof, but that's obviously not what happened. Okay, his arms and legs broke without anything being done to him? He fell over and quit moving, so I thought I'd better get out of there. Now, with the one read one, it's the arm and leg is completely removed, right? So would that be the same curse? I don't know. Then he croaked. That's all I saw. I see. But from what you've told us, it almost sounds like Michio's ghost chased down Mr. Janucci and killed him. Hell if I know anything about that. Now, there is also the dude, what is his name? Because the thing is, it had to be pitch black, and that's what she said. She said it was pitch black out. Let me just check here. Oh no, we want person of interest. The other teacher. No, not him. Him. Arashi, the ever-burning lantern. It could have been him. Oh, I forgot it. Right. I'm a dummy. He couldn't have done it. The curse stone, that's right, the police officer has it, so he couldn't have done that. Never mind. See, this is why I like being able to go into the files, is because, like, there's just so much information, so it's good to kind of, like, be able to connect everything together. Hell if I know anything about that. I'm just telling you what I heard him say. Did you tell the story to the police? Nope, and I ain't gonna. Can't count on them for shit. Not like they'd believe such an insane story anyways. Right. But there must be at least one person in the police worth trusting, right? Yeah, I guess. There was this one cop who always got on my case about stuff. Oh, that's... I was trying to remember. I'm like, Hitomi, I feel like I've heard... That's the cop who was working with, like, the youth at risk. The one who died. And didn't she meet him? Okay, now I'm going back into the files again. Oh, this guy. Didn't they say that, like, he met with her before he died? I think. Anyway, we might get more information about that. But he died the other day. Oh, he did? I'm sorry to hear that. Everyone who gets involved with me ends up dead. Maybe I really am cursed. It pisses me off. You've got it all wrong. The spirit that possessed you wasn't that kind of spirit. Huh? It wasn't? Yeah, that was just an unfortunate coincidence. Though I'm sure it was hard enough for you. That's all I know about that asshole's death. Also, like, what were you guys doing in the classroom? I don't know if I want to know, but I do. Mio, I've been thinking something. The way she described it, it reminded me of something. The way Mr. Janucci died, it sounds a lot like how Michio died. Of course, I didn't see it myself, but the state Michio's body was in, it was like she had fallen from high up. Could they have been killed by the same curse? I don't think so. The curse of the Seven Mysteries hadn't manifested when she died. And if we can trust what the spirit board said, Michio died in an accident. Oh, right. That's all I know about that asshole's death. Okay. Hitomi, were you possessed by some sort of spirit? I don't understand it all too well myself. What I can say for sure is, thanks to Mio, the weird symptoms that were happening to me all went away. Yep, some people are born with a natural sensitivity to the paranormal. They tend to end up isolated as they struggle to relate to the people around them. They also tend to draw spirits to them naturally. This can cause strange symptoms they don't understand, like headaches, muscle stiffness, and hallucinations. Even memory problems. I'm sure it must have been very hard. So that's how it works, huh? Do people also have their personality taken over when possessed too? It is possible with spirits who have a very close relationship to their target, like siblings or a parent and child, but you almost never hear about people being taken over completely. It's when the two parties aren't in sync that those negative effects can start to appear. So the seances, or whatever you see on TV, are all bogus? Not quite. There are mediums and diviners who can align their minds with the spirits they call, though there are people on TV who are just putting on a performance. Huh. There are people who in life had extremely powerful spirit sense or deep connection with the person, but even they shouldn't be able to completely take over the person they possess. And even if they could, it would only be enough to pressure them to choose certain behaviors that wouldn't be unusual for them to do on their own to begin with. But if that's the case, wouldn't you not know if you were choosing that behavior of your own will or not? Hence why there are a lot of cases where people don't even realize they're possessed. Though the spirit may influence the behavior and memories of the host, the deeper the connection in life, the easier it is for that to occur. I see. Getting possessed by a spirit's pretty complicated, huh? Must have been tough for you being possessed for so long, Hitomi. Whatever might happen to me doesn't make any difference. Me being able to see spirits and stuff has nothing to do with how things ended up like this. Yeah, it's not like being able to see them's your fault either. The same goes for me. Maybe it's just something we have to live with. I think you have a knack for it yourself, Yako. I bet you could see them too with a little training. She's like, no thanks. Yeah, I think I'll pass. So that's why you do the job you do, huh, Mio? I thought she was a weirdo when she showed up all of a sudden, saying she was going to exorcise me. If you hadn't said anything, I probably would have knocked your lights out. You tried to perform an exorcism on her without telling her anything? You see, in my experience, most people don't understand no matter how much I explain. They only accept my explanation after they see the results. Huh, I guess that makes sense. Here, she is just... You gotta perform... You have to do exorcism. You need consent. Alright, let's see. We'll do the classroom. Yeah, let's ask about that. Hitomi, last night, before you witnessed Mr. Janucci collapse, can I ask you what he and you were doing in the classroom? You gotta tell the cops? Right, with everything that happened with Mr. Janucci. They'll suspect you if we told them we saw you with him that night. Anytime something happens with someone like me, all those shitty adults start jumping to conclusions. I understand. I won't tell them. You wouldn't have been able to kill him anyway. You say so, then I don't mind telling you about it. So, last night, that piece of shit Janucci called me over here acting like he was going to attack me or something. What? How terrible. Whatever, I'm glad he's dead. He had it coming. Calling people worthless and a cancer on society when he doesn't know shit about them? That asshole was always the one acting like scum, if you ask. So he called her late at night just to, like, insult her? Is that so? Could you tell us in more detail why he called you out in the middle of the night? It's hard to explain. Where to start? Okay, let's talk about his misdeeds. What do you mean by Mr. Janucci acting like scum? Was he doing something bad? You know Michio Shirashi, right? The girl who killed herself? Michio. I don't know everything, but that creep of a teacher had some dirt on her, and he was using it to blackmail her. Call her up after school and make her do whatever he wanted. Okay, yeah, I figured. What? What do you mean when you say whatever he wanted? I'll leave it to your imagination. Nothing that a couple of model students like you would ever get involved in. No way, that's how? What do you mean by dirt? I don't know anything about this. How could I not have known about this? Yako, I know how you feel, but try to calm down. You got guts acting like you were her friends. Wow, Janucci really did a number on both Michio's body and soul. She probably felt she couldn't tell anyone, like she had to suffer alone. How terrible. Well, Hitomi knows all this, right? Hitomi, how do you know about this? I just happened to walk in on it. I know the spots around school people go to when they want to stay out of sight. He ran off in a panic when I yelled at him asking what he was doing. Walked in on it? Wait a minute, she's got braids. Because didn't she say, Hitomi said, like, I thought I saw a girl with braids. I couldn't just leave her alone looking like she was about to cry, so I stuck around for a bit. She told me everything that happened in whispers, so it looks like Hitomi was her friend, and then I wonder if Yako's going to be all upset, being like, but I thought, you know, we were supposed to be friends. She probably figured I wasn't the type to spread that stuff around, but she never asked for my help. She told me she was fine and to keep it a secret. Michio, why? She probably thought she had to grit her teeth till it was through. She was naive. I tried to tell her if you give guys like that an inch, they'll take a mile. She kept saying how it was her punishment. She was soft. I mean, they didn't quite seem like friends, but of course Janucci didn't change. He kept on doing what he was doing. I don't understand either of them, but that's as much as I was involved. And then she killed herself. Nothing I can do about it now. Hitomi, if you knew about it, then why didn't you... You trying to say it's my fault? She told me not to say anything. She told me she was fine. So what the hell more responsibility do I have other than what I did? Yako, there's no point blaming Hitomi. Michio, why? Well, I mean, that stinks. That's about what I expected. I was hoping maybe it was going to be something else, but... Did you hear what this dirt was? Nope, never heard what it was. But from the sound of it, he'd been blackmailing her since about a year ago. For that long? The dick probably caught her doing something she shouldn't have been. She looked well behaved, but there's more to a person than meets the eye, you know? There must be some reason. Don't know, got nothing to do with me. Maybe it was something... Do we have her information? I hate to say it, but, like, there was the rumors about, like, her stepdad doing stuff to her, so maybe, as disgusting as it is, maybe the teacher, like, was like, hey, I know about that, and I'll tell the other students that you're having, like, a relationship with your stepdad, and they're gonna, like, think that you're gross and stuff, and people will disrespect you unless you do what I want. I don't know. I don't know what it could be. So last night, how did it start? Oh, right. Remember that nosy cop I mentioned who was always on my case? He died at the former Yasuda Gardens a couple of days ago. Yoshimi was his name. He was part of the juvenile division. He didn't look like a cop. Real rough guy, but good at looking out for folks, so he was the only one I could talk to. So there was someone like that with the police. Too bad he ended up dying. Oh, another thing. One time he suddenly introduced his fiancée to me. It was hilarious seeing a big guy like that act like a shy little kid all of a sudden. She told me she was like me when she was my age, and she was on my side. It must have been a terrible loss for her, too. I do feel a little bad for her when I think about how sad she must be. And I saw him at the gardens the night he died. That's right, because they said that she was the last person with him. Oh, no. I can see what Hitomi means about how everybody around her dies. Whenever I'd get worked up over something, Yoshimi always took me straight to the park. Then he'd listen to whatever it was I was pissed off about. That day, he called me over like usual, but something seemed off about him, like he was worried about something. Worried about something. He asked me for a favor. That was pretty unusual. A favor? What kind of favor? He handed me a weird talisman and asked me to hold on to it for him. A talisman? Yeah, just a normal good luck charm. I figured if that's it, then sure, I'll take it. I have it with me now. But that wasn't all. Then he told me he wanted me to look for a talisman Michio Shirashi had that looked like this one. Oh! Interesting. I wonder if the fact that maybe she had that talisman, maybe that protected her from getting killed as well? Probably not. Man, this is a lot to keep up with. It does feel like everything is like connected with each other, and it's hard to keep track of, but I'm still very invested. Michio, what does she have to do with this? Yoshimi had been meeting up and talking with her. While they were together, he noticed she had like a special talisman or something. But apparently Michio always avoided the subject. A talisman that Michio had. He knew I knew her, so that's why he asked me, he said. Could there have been something that Michio couldn't tell even the police about? I know things at home were complicated. From what I heard, Michio was keeping her mouth shut about what Janucci was doing to her. It's hard to talk with the cops when someone's got dirt on you. And I didn't squeal at anything about Michio either. Michio, what is it that had such a strong grip on you? So basically, Yoshimi didn't have his eye on Michio, but her talisman did. Or just have his eye on her. But after she died, he didn't know where it ended up. So since I knew her from school, he wanted me to look into it for him. Is there something special about the two talismans? I wonder why he gave it to you. Hell if I know. When I looked inside it, there was just a weird kind of grimy scrap of wood. So you've seen inside of it. From the way he was acting, it seemed important to him somehow. But to be honest, what he was asking is such a pain in the ass, I figured he had to be serious about it. And since he died right after that... Yeah, he even said to me, if anything happens to me, take those two talismen. Give them to a guy named Nakagoshi at the police department. Oh, I gotta check again. Nakagoshi. I know that's not our guy, yeah, because he's Tsutsumi. Okay, so he's not in here from what I can see. Knowing what I know now, he probably felt something was going to happen to him. Nakagoshi? Do you know him, Mio? No, I've just heard the name, I think. So there really is a Nakagoshi. That's a relief, at least. Anyway, it didn't feel right just ignoring a dead guy's last request. Hitomi. Yeah? That talisman. Would you mind if I took a look at it? Sorry, but I don't trust you all that much yet. It's important to me. Oh, okay. So last night you were looking for the talisman Michio had. Yeah. And I figured that piece of garbage teacher would know the most about Michio. I asked him yesterday afternoon if he knew anything about her talisman. He gave me such cryptic responses like, I can't talk about it now. Come to the school tonight. He even gave me the code to the lock on the back entrance. He seemed pretty willing to give it out, so I wouldn't be surprised if he's used it for secret meetings before. Yeah, you gotta wonder, like, how many times has he done this with other students, right? Yuck, I can only imagine, like, he's got it down, like, he knows what he's doing. We climbed over the front gate to get in. So yeah, we met up in the classroom in the middle of the night. But nothing he said made any sense. Like, that I was really Michio and stuff like that. He went on and on about how it was my fault, and that if only I hadn't been around or something. He grabbed a hold of me, breathing heavily. Eep! Were you okay? Yeah, it's right when you two showed up. I was able to get away while Janucci was freaking out. Oh my gosh, good thing you got away. So, it's really all thanks to you two that I got away. But I didn't get any info about the talisman, so the whole thing was sort of a bust. Afterward, I was wondering what you two were up to, so I hid nearby. Then I saw you and old man Ashimiya talking, and then Mio showed up. Oh, you did? It's also why I saw Janucci come back outside and bite it. I see. So you were only here to look for Michio's talisman. What you described does sound like Michio killed Mr. Janucci. She did have a reason to hate him after all. No way. Do you mean that really was her ghost? Like, for real? Those who die bearing strong resentment or regret can occasionally become spirits, either bound to a place or roaming freely. However, it would usually be impossible for them to kill the living. Most don't have that kind of power. But it's possible they could possess someone close to them to act on those lingering regrets. I wonder if that's what happened. Alright then, supposing what the spirit board said is true, and Michio's death was an accident, then she must have had some regrets. If she really hadn't given up on living, that is. I don't think she was the kind of girl who would just give up no matter what the situation. I don't really know, but she didn't seem like she had something tormenting her so much that she would kill herself. Alright, there we go. That was a lot of information, and that's all I know. You happy? I still gotta look for the talisman. Sure, thank you, Hitomi. If you two find out anything about Michio's talisman, we'll be sure to let you know. Thanks. Can we get your contact info? Where can we normally find you? Right, I'm not home most of the time. Usually I'm at a friend's place. Here's the phone number. Oh yeah, back in the 80s when you didn't just have a cell phone on you. Thanks, we'll call her if we need to talk with you. And, what is it? You're easier to talk to than I imagined. I was kind of scared at first, but not anymore. Shut up, you were the one avoiding me. Anyway, catch you later, and don't die out there, okay? Thanks, we'll be careful. Alright then, we got a lot of new information. Sounds like Mr. Janucci was killed by a curse, just like we thought. Which means there was a curse bearer at the school. Multiple, in fact. Multiple? You think so? The curse echo we experienced in the school and the one that killed Mr. Janucci seemed to be different. The people in the school at the time other than us were Mr. Janucci, Hitomi, and old man Ashimiya, who you ran into. I was thinking it would be among them, but there was one more person. Hitomi saw a girl in a school uniform with braids. From what Hitomi was saying, it doesn't seem like she's the one. Mr. Janucci's pretty suspicious, though. Like, if he were a curse bearer, it would certainly explain why he was killed. Right, that's why I say there are multiple. The person who killed Mr. Janucci would have to be one too, which means it must be either the mysterious girl or old man Ashimiya. Like, I'm guessing. Although, I don't know, it's kind of hard to pin down his age. Like, he looks quite different. Let's pull up. Let's look at that face. Where are you? It'd be nice if they... Maybe? I don't know. It's kind of hard to pin it down, right? It could be him. We should certainly be careful of them. That said, the mysterious girl and the fact Mr. Janucci thought it was Michio that was attacking him has me wondering. Of course, I doubt Michio herself was actually there, but I just remembered. I also saw Mr. Arashi outside the main gate last night. But we know that by that point, he's probably lost his, not his talisman, his curse echo. You did? It's likely he's involved with the curses given that he's the one doing research on the rite of resurrection. So we'll have to be careful of Old Man Ashimiya and Mr. Arashi. I want to believe not all curse bearers will be hostile, but... As for what to do now, I'd like to find out who's responsible for the Feast of Shadows that set this thing off, and how they did it. I don't think we'll be able to end this without stopping it at its source. Huh, that makes sense. In which case, next we should do... what exactly? We'll need to talk with Mr. Arashi. He definitely knows something. Should be safer during the day, so I think we should try to look for him. I love it's like, we should be careful about these people, but also we should confront them. Got it. I'll help in any way I can. But the school's closed. I wonder where he could be. Let's try heading someplace. Somebody may know where he is. Where to go? Oh, wow. Okay. Woo, we got a lot of places to check out. I guess we'll just kind of go from top to bottom. And so, Mio Kurosuzu and Yako Sakazaki decided on their next location to investigate. Oh, okay. That's it for now? Alright, so we've got... Alright, back to the cops now. Hajime Yoshimi's death, Nijima's threat of mass murder. The problems just keep piling up, putting the detective's goal of collecting all the curse stones in jeopardy. Tatsumi leaves Ario to handle the investigation while he catches a quick break. Sorry for the wait, boss, but I managed to gather some information. It took you long enough. He's been up all night gathering information. Must be nice to be young and have that kind of energy, but I'm glad to have him on my side. It gave me a chance to rest up. He's looking a little rough around the edges. His hair somehow looks just a little bit more out of place. He looks just a little bit more tired. Well, we've got ourselves quite the mess. Strange deaths popping up all over the place that may or may not have something to do with the curses. We also need to keep looking in Yoshimi and Nijima. For now, we'd better start following up on the few leads we've got. Guess I better see what Ario's found. Things at the station were pretty hectic, but I managed to get some info. Let me fill you in. Thanks, the floor is yours. Oh, a lot of info. Alright, here comes another info dump after just having an info dump. A total of 3 mysterious deaths were confirmed in the area, including the one in this park. So let's start with that one, the young man we found here. He's been identified as Shogo Okie, 25 years old, a regular old office worker who worked around here, and a gigantic simp. He died of asphyxiation due to water in the lungs. He drowned. He drowned in the middle of the park? It's not possible. That's got to be a curse we're dealing with here. Okay, so let's see which curses we have not, the mysteries that we haven't done yet. So something to do with water. Because he had the Whispering Canal, right? Yeah, kills by drowning one who leaves the curse bearer behind. But that was weird because he was the one who had it, right? So, About that, boss, isn't this park associated with one of those 7 mysteries too? Right? That's right, the Whispering Canal. It does seem like there'd be a link between a canal and death by drowning, don't you think? Sharp thinking, area. You're starting to get the hang of this. It's literally because I just checked it. So let's assume they're related. What's next? Before that, the body of a woman was found behind a residential complex in Kamizawa. The victim's been identified as Towako Hayashi, 29 years old. She was an office worker who lived on her own in the area. Okay. So that, I think, is a new person. As for the cause of death, well, The entirety of her body was crushed by some kind of strong external force. No murder weapon was discovered in the area, but considering the way she was found, we're looking for something large, flat, and heavy. Could have crushed her in one fell swoop. That would be the foot, right? Isn't the foot washing machine the thing about, like, it crushes, right? Alright, smashing through the ceiling. Kills by crushing one who hears the command wash. So this woman, I don't know if she was a curse bearer or she was just some unfortunate victim. Hang on, are you saying she was stepped on? Once again, there we go. Foot washing mansion. Crushing is the foot washing mansion's modus operandi. The place the body was discovered is also known to be related to the Seven Mysteries. Then, is this Yamagaki's doing? Shit, I knew he would use it. Judging by the amount of soul dregs, the victim was just a regular person. Okay, not a curse bearer. Guess we should report this to paranormal activities. Paranormal affairs. Got it. For the third victim. He was identified as Kohei Junochi, 32, teacher at Komagata High. He was found in the school's courtyard. Cause of death appears to be external trauma from a fall or heavy blow. The impact crushed his arms and legs. Since he was found in the middle of the courtyard... Wait, hold on. He was 32? He was... Let me look at this dude again. Where is he? Where is he? I guess. I was just like, it must be the hair. I feel like certain decades were not great in terms of, like, the fashion and stuff. And I joke about that because, like, my parents, they were in their 20s in the 80s, and like the pictures of them, they look like they're in their 40s. It's just unfortunate, but I'm like, I thought that dude looked so much older. A teacher dying at school, and not just any school. Komagata House is one of the Seven Mysteries. Oh shoot, that one I'm not sure of. Komagata, okay. So it's not that one. Oh, there it is. It's the Fool's Procession. That's right, derp. That's the one that Yako got. Fool's Procession. It's where the Fool's Procession is supposed to be. It's too big of a coincidence. We can't rule out the possibility that this death was also the work of a curse. I see. Either way, it seems all three victims can be tied to the Seven Mysteries. There's probably a curse bearer at the center of it all, pulling the strings. But you've got a point. All these strange deaths do point in one direction. That's right, and Hajime's case wasn't all that different either. He also died of mysterious causes in a place connected to the Seven Mysteries. The problem is the timing doesn't match up. He died before the curses were activated. Could he have been hit by a different curse? One that didn't have anything to do with the Seven Mysteries? That's a thought, but if that were the case, we'd be dealing with a powerful practitioner, one who could pull off a curse like that without using a curse stone. There aren't many people in this day and age who could do something like that. Really? I see. I don't know too much about that stuff. I'd be more surprised if you did. Oh my gosh, we've barely cracked that. Whew. Well, looking at these deaths, it seems like many of the curse bearers acted last night, but we can't rule out that there were more killings from which the bodies haven't been found. Yikes, I hadn't thought about that. But there is one silver lining. Judging by my own curse stone, it seems the curses can't be activated while the sun is out. That's great news, so basically we're safe during the daytime. Exactly. It's also likely why Nijima gave us till dusk. He must know the curse stones couldn't be used during the day. Either way, we've got till nightfall to settle this. It's time we flushed out the other curse bearers. Aye aye, boss, let's do this. At the moment, we only know the identity of 4 curse bearers, you included. Yutaro Namagaki had the foot washing mansion. Hideki Arashi had the ever-burning lantern. We've got both of those curse stones. And then there's Nijima, who claims he has the one-sided reed. Yeah, that about sums it up. Okay, I appreciate this. This is going to be very, very helpful. So, I mean, we know the beckoning... no. I guess, yeah, we don't know those. So the Whispering Canal, it was Okie who had that. But now I'm like, who has that? The Beckoning Light and the Taiko of Sugaru. Okay. We better figure out who the remaining 5 are, quick. How should we go about looking for them? There's no point in searching blindly without a lead. Let's focus on other things for now. Tracking down Nijima may lead us to the other curse bearers, too. Either way, he should be our top priority. He could do some real damage if we don't get to him. I also want to look a little more into Yoshimi. I've got a feeling there's some connection there. Aye aye, boss. It sounds like we've got our work cut out for us. Yeah, you know, it's only just like the like, worrying about everybody in this town apparently dying. No pressure. I asked around Sumida's Community Safety Bureau, where Yoshimi was stationed. It seemed he was investigating the apparent suicide of a girl named Michio Shirashi. Yeah, I heard about that. He was trying to determine whether it really was a suicide, looking into the height of the building, the force of the impact, her wounds, all that. He must have suspected some kind of foul play because he ordered a full investigation. But it was already deemed a suicide, and his superiors told him not to go stirring things up. Huh, what was the evidence? Well, according to the report I found on his desk last night, the body was found at the foot of a building a ways away from the road. There was no evidence of vehicular collision, so it was ruled a suicide, but he thought there was more to it. A truck or other flat-faced vehicle traveling at high speeds could have inflicted similar damage. In other words, sometimes a traffic accident can look an awful lot like a fall. So there was a chance it wasn't a suicide. Because it was an accident, right? We got confirmation of that. But what a terrible way to go. There were no brake marks on the road, meaning it would have been a hit and run. The vehicle would have hit her without slowing down at all. This is turning into quite the grisly case. But the vehicle couldn't have come out from a collision like that unscathed. Exactly. So I asked the Traffic Bureau to keep an eye out for any vehicles with frontal damage. But I haven't heard back from them yet. I don't think they're looking very hard. So we've got no proof. That said, if it was a traffic accident rather than a suicide, it's possible someone silenced Yoshimi because he was on the verge of discovering the truth. That's true. You think the driver is the one who did him in? Not quite. Yoshimi had already talked to forensics and the Traffic Bureau, right? His death wouldn't have covered things up. You're right on that. Even if the suicide was a cover-up for a hit and run, it doesn't seem like enough reason to kill a cop. That's right, unrelated, but I've got something else too. I have a feeling that it's not going to be unrelated. I managed to get a hold of Michio Shirashi's address. Yoshimi went there a bunch over the course of his investigation. It might be a good idea for us to drop by too. Good thinking. Hopefully that'll give us more leads. Alright, let's move on to the next topic. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. We've got a lot more info to get through. Remember that girl Yoshimi met with the day he died? One Hitomi Okuda? Community Safety didn't have any contact information for her on hand. Not even an address? Well, they had her parents' information, but when I called, they said they hadn't heard from her in a month. Lots of family issues from the sound of it. They even said they didn't want anything to do with her anymore. That said, she still goes to school once in a while, so we might be able to find her there. Not sure we really have the time for a stakeout right now, but she could be a key witness. Can't we have Community Safety track her down? We could ask, but it might be tricky to get it done today. For starters, Komagata High School's closed. Ah, because of the teacher that died. That's right. Alright, but if it's not something we can do today, we may have to forget about it. Let's move on. Got some info about Yoshimi's fiancé from Community Safety. That's right, didn't they say that they were gonna, like, go see her too? Her name is Mayu Chozawa. 27 years old, she works as a beautician in the area. Look, I even managed to get a picture of her. She sure is a beauty. Like, dude, come on. But, oh boy, here it comes. But what? Community Safety hasn't been able to contact her since Yoshimi died. Not by phone or at her house. In other words, no response. Dead silence. There it is. Can't things just be easy for once? Mayu is a beautician and the fiancé of Hajime Yoshimi, a police officer with the Sumida Police Department. Her current whereabouts are unknown. It's definitely starting to look suspect. A crime of passion, perhaps? It's fairly common for people to be killed by a lover or spouse, but Yoshimi was well liked and they'd been together for over 10 years. You never know, things could be different behind closed doors. I guess so. But we'll have to consider the opposite scenario. Flip that chessboard. It could be that the same person who was out for Yoshimi is after his fiancé as well. She could be in danger. You're right. Either way, she's important to the case. HQ already has people looking for her. We'll know as soon as she's found. HQ has mobilized a search unit for Nijima, but so far we haven't received any word. Ooh. Excuse me. Ooh, I guess it's all that talking. Guessing he wasn't at home or at work. About that, apparently he vacated his last known address a week ago. Wait, so they know about his job? So maybe he's not the janitor after all. You serious? So we have no idea where he lives? Gets worse. Okay, he was working at a factory. So I was a little off. Never mind. I checked in with the factory he was working at. They told me he was only there for a month before he quit. Hold on a second. You telling me nobody comes? So maybe he is working. How long has he been working at the school for that he knows everybody? So he could have just changed his name. Well, I had the same thought, so I spoke to his probation officer. It turns out he'd been doing house visits and interviews, but never bothered checking in on his workplace. He also said he lost track of Nijima when he moved to a new place. Do they at least have a picture of him so we can see what he looks like? Jeez, that's just sloppy. I've heard they're giving parole to just about anyone these days because they're running out of room in the prisons. Which also means there aren't enough probation officers to go around. The dude's probably overworked. So Nijima got to fuck about unsupervised. God damn it. That asshole is annoyingly good at faking remorse. Or insanity, whatever the situation calls for. Back when I arrested him all those years ago, just talking to him left a bad taste in my mouth. He's probably hiding under a false name. So maybe my prediction is right after all. Which means it'll be hard to track him. That would explain why he so brazenly made contact. That asshole, he's mocking us. Well, for now the paperwork to circulate his name and mugshot is being filed. It's gonna take way too long. We only have until dusk. Speaking of Nejima, yeah? Did you manage to reach your daughter? It'd be best to put her into protective custody as soon as possible. The sad thing is that Nejima knew more about his daughter than Satsumi does. Like, he didn't even know that she was living in Honjo. Not yet, I can't reach her. They called, but she's not picking up. He wasn't home when they went to the house, either. That's not good. Does that mean she never came home? And why weren't you the one trying to reach her? Shut up, I don't have her contact info, alright? She really doesn't trust you, huh? Either way, I told her mother it was an emergency. We'd send an officer to find her and get her to safety. She was real reluctant, but I got her to agree. I guess that explains why you got divorced, but if you, her former father, can't find her, how the hell did Nijima do it? Former, eh? That cuts deep. Oh, sorry, kinda slipped out. Anyway, I suspect it has something to do with his curse echo. Back on the topic already, huh? He said his curse could kill a lot of people in a short time. It may even allow him to act from a distance. I see. The one-sided read. What was that story about again? Something about a man stalking a woman who goes insane and chops her up. Oh yeah, I guess that makes sense, right? He talked about how he's gonna cut up the daughter. Alright, one of the more gruesome of the 7 mysteries. As for Nijima's whereabouts, all we can do is throw more people at it till we find something. I'll check in with HQ frequently to see if they've got any updates. And that's about it. Shall we continue our investigation? Such happy music. We could go to Komagata High School to look into Hitomi Okuda, or to Michio Shirashi's house to find out more about her. There's a lot we need to do, but not a lot we can do. This ain't looking good. We're gonna run out of time if we don't do something. We gotta keep moving. Alright, so, looks like we've got a choice about where to go, so let's move. Oh, okay, so we got a couple of things here. We'll go with this one. I might do 1 or 2 more, and then probably wrap it up for tonight. Oh, sorry, my husband just walked in to grab something. Scared the crap out of me.
Uh-huh.
Don't do that when I'm playing a scary game.
So do that more often.
Uh-huh. Alright. Okay, throughout the night, Richter continues to gather information about the curse stones while Haruhi lies awake until dawn, preoccupied by the prospect of bringing her lost child back to life. Good morning, ma'am. How are you feeling? I'm fine. I hope we can make good progress today. How's your curse stone looking? I haven't felt anything from it since sunrise. Interesting. It's possible its powers can only be unleashed at night, then. That aside, why are you so late this morning? There are, unfortunately, some things that can't be investigated while the world slumbers, but I did get some research done in what limited time I had. Very well, let's talk. Probably time for another dump of information. By the way, there's something I want to talk to you about. Our current plan is to steal a curse stone that's already absorbed soldier eggs, but I'm wondering if it would suffice to not steal, but instead negotiate with the curse bearer and have them use the right for our purposes. Oh? I mean, I suppose that would accomplish the same, but do you think it's possible? So long as we offer compensation, it may prove much easier than you'd expect. Compensation. Cash, for instance. That wouldn't be off the table for a family as rich as the Shigimas, would it? Of course, any amount would be fine if it would get the job done. I won't let monetary matters lead me to regrets the way it did back with the ransom. Okay, with that option on the table, let's figure out our strategy. Just throw money at the problem, eh? Alright. We may be surrounded by curses and death, but it matters little. My only concern is whether I can see my child again. Do you have any curse bearer with whom we can negotiate in mind? Not yet. Surprisingly, it seems the other curse bearers haven't been that proactive about collecting soul dregs. Did you see the news this morning? No, I haven't. Overnight, 3 mysterious deaths were reported in the area. They've yet to announce the identities of the bodies found, but they've been nicknamed the Honjo serial killers, or killings. It's garnered quite some attention on the streets. Oh my. She's like, damn it! They're getting to it faster than I can. Only 3? That's what I thought. Even if the victims were curse bearers, just 1 or 2 wouldn't be enough soul dregs. And for what those curse stones are capable of, a mere 3 victims, it seems a little on the low side. With this little activity all through the night, the curse bearers must be a cautious bunch. What's holding them back? Are we not all after the power of resurrection? There may still be some identified victims, but it doesn't seem like anyone's gathered enough soul dregs yet. We might have to set up some bait to spur them into action. And then we offer them the deal. That's quite the risk to take if you're exposing yourself as a curse bearer and that person is not going to be swayed by money, you just basically opened yourself up to be killed. None of the curse bearers seem very proactive. I wonder if the situation could be what the mastermind who kicked it all off intended. That's an interesting theory. You think there's someone behind this all? You mentioned hearing an agonized voice telling you to kill when you first obtained the curse stone. Doesn't sound like a coincidence to me. Someone agitated the curses in this area on purpose, and they're likely after the rite of resurrection as well. So you're thinking this person's not one of the curse bearers. You've got a sharp mind, ma'am. Though it might seem obvious for the mastermind to become a curse bearer and collect soul dregs if they were after the rite, this would be very risky, since as a curse bearer, they themselves would become a target. So it would actually be more convenient for them if the curse bearers moved less aggressively. That's right. But despite that, they've been inciting the curse bearers to commit murders. Why? Let's consider this. What if the mastermind isn't trying to collect soul dregs themselves? You mean their intention was also to steal the souls while the other curse bearers compete with each other from the start? Sitting back and observing from the sidelines is the safer course of action. Which is why I figured it best for us to attempt the same strategy. So how should we do it? There's still reason to suspect the mastermind could be a curse bearer themselves. To be honest, I want to keep my distance from whoever it is. There's no telling what kind of power they might possess. Whether our aim is to negotiate or steal, we'll have to outpace the mastermind in making contact with the other curse bearers. How do you suppose we do it? At this point, all we can do is search. There's a mastermind inciting the curse bearers to collect soul dregs. Can we be sure there even is a rite of resurrection? Good question. The rite could be nothing but a myth fabricated to spur the curse bearers into action. Seeing it might be for naught. Do you want to give up, ma'am? Never. Understood. After all, we'll never know the truth unless we see it for ourselves. I mean, for her, she's probably like I was talking about how she runs the risk of maybe putting herself out there for someone, but she probably figures like, either I get the soul dregs and I can bring back my son, or I die. Either way, she's going to take that risk. But we'll do it without using the curses ourselves. Oh my gosh, there's so much information. By the way, I met a few people who seemed like potential curse bearers last night. I did some investigating into all of them, but I only managed to get detailed information on 2. You're quick. I suppose that's to be expected from an investigator extraordinaire. Especially considering this is the 80s, right? Like, it's not like he's got... They might have computers in the 80s, but there wouldn't be that much information. It's not like they've got the internet. I appreciate the flattery. I love the pose. First, there's a Yame Tono, the girl we talked to before, although she isn't a curse bearer herself. She's a student attending T University of Arts. She currently lives alone in an apartment near Midoricho Park. You even determined her address? You're not one to be underestimated, Mr. Investigator Extraordinaire. I called every single university with Yukio-e in these... Oh my... I think, like, we're coming up on almost 2 hours. My mouth's getting a little bit dry. with Yukioe in the curriculum pretending to be her parent. I went around to check on her place on the way here. It doesn't seem like she returned home last night. I'm worried she might have run into some trouble. Didn't you attempt to follow her last night? I'm embarrassed to say, but I couldn't. She shook me. I couldn't keep track of her. Man, that's pretty intense when, like, a university girl has, like, this guy shook. And here I thought you were an investigator extraordinaire. I'd like to learn more about her, but it would take some time. She's planning to steal the curse stones, just like us. It's best that we act carefully around her. Next is the tall man who is dressed in black. I met him near Kinshicho. Kinshicho? He stood out with the way he dressed. I managed to get some good information from him. What can I say? That's the dude in the suit? That's right, yes. He works as the secretary to Hahaku Soap's chairwoman. I believe his name is Takumi Yumioka. There were so many characters. Like, I forgot all about this dude. It's wild. The Hahaku Soap's headquarters and factories are both located in Honjo, correct? Yes, they've been here for a while, but it's only in the past 10 years the company has shown significant growth. I should get myself, like, I'm already out of my water. I should get myself, like, a gigantic, like one of those big jugs that, like, people who work out, it's like a gallon jug. There we go, a little bit of water left. That should get me going until the end. I remember seeing the chairwoman on the news a few years back. She seems to be very shrewd. With the increase in sales, I assumed she'd want her factories running at full capacity. But with the harsh restrictions against industrial waste, a lot of the factories with older equipment had to be shut down. That's right, even 10 years ago there were many complaints about chemical plants dumping waste into the river. Most companies back then were more concerned with making a profit than protecting the environment. What if she was behind it somehow? It's just this, because they're putting a lot of, like, emphasis on, like, this random woman as a president of, like, a soap factory. I don't know. I like to believe she's the mastermind behind all of this. I wonder what a man working for such a company would have been up to in the middle of the night. On the way here, I stopped by the company's headquarters, but they hadn't started for the day. I should have had better luck later. I'm calling it. That woman, she's behind everything. Perhaps they're interested in seeing if the right would be beneficial for their product research into beauty and skincare. Now that's an interesting thought. What if she ended up being completely right? I ran into one more suspicious young man last night. This one seemed to be out collecting soul drugs, right? Indeed, I couldn't get a good look at him, though, and I couldn't gather enough intel to properly identify him. That's a shame, but I can make an educated guess. Oh? You know that researcher who discovered the ancient text on the rite of resurrection? The one who lives near here? His name is Hideki Arashi. The man I met was very similar in stature. Even he's involved? How awfully suspect. Considering his background, couldn't he be the one who initiated the whole affair? I think it's possible, yes. Which is why I decided to refrain from making contact with him for the time being. Safety first. Understandable. Of course, I want to learn more, but this isn't the right time to focus on him. Oh my gosh, it's still going. I prefer to ascertain who else is a curse bearer. First, I'll return to Hahaku Soaps to see the man in black. Their headquarters are down on South Waragesue Street. There we go. Woof. I learned something new about the criminal involved with the kidnapping. It concerns the serial killings. There was a body found at Komagata High School. The person who identified as a school teacher. His name was Kohei Jinochi. Do you think he was a curse bearer? I'm not sure. It's possible. But regardless, this means the two people who knew the truth about the kidnapping are both dead. Oh, that's right. The other girl was it Michio? Yeah, it was. That's right, because she saw Michio's thing in the newspaper. Just when we were getting somewhere. It's just the connections. Just like I keep forgetting about stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. There was the kidnapping of her son, and Michio knew about it. She's dead, and now there's a talisman, and apparently she was in contact with the cop who died. It's all gonna come together at some point, but right now it's just like, it's too much. It isn't enough to make me give up, of course. Still, we don't know anything about Michio Shirashi's residence. It'd be a waste to pay it a visit. Understood. In addition to the 3 victims associated with the Honjo serial killings, there's Michio Shirashi, who reportedly committed suicide, and the police officer who died at the former Yasuda Gardens. If strange deaths continue occurring like so, they're bound to inspire strange rumors. But those last two have nothing to do with the 7 mysteries, no? It's true, both occurred a week before this accursed situation began. Still, it can't be ruled out. It is possible the mastermind was involved even with those killings. How? What if there were preliminary steps to awakening the 7 mysteries' curses? Can we really assume they're unrelated just because the timing doesn't match up? Or rather, the police officer's death is so baffling that it would be easier if it were connected to these curses. The victim wasn't the type to be caught off guard easily. You seem to know a lot about this. I suppose we weren't strangers. My personal feelings might be wrapped up in this one, too. I see. If you were to investigate this matter more, you might get a lead on the mastermind. You're right. If we wish to focus on the mastermind's identity, this would be a fine starting point. We might discover more deaths related to the curses on the way. We should pay attention to today's news. Well, that's all I have to report. That's it? Alright, shall we continue with our investigation? What do you want to do? If you still can't use the curse stone, taking a walk should be a fine place to start. Right, let's go together. I want to see what's going on for myself. In that case, I'll trust you to decide on where we should go, ma'am. Oh boy, there's gonna be... Whew, okay, there's a lot here. I might be going a little bit more than 2 hours. It's 10 hours, or it's 10 minutes until 2 hours, and we still have like 3 places to check out just for her alone. Here we are at Ground Zero, Komagata High School. I guess it's logical the police got this place shut down. The teacher's body was found here after all. It's as if the students have nowhere to go now that the school's closed. 2 people have died, a teacher named Koi Januchi and a student, Michio Shirashi. Is there anything else to be gained here? It seems the officers are still inspecting the scene. Entry's been strictly prohibited. The news has attracted a bunch of curious onlookers, huh? That works in our favor. The more people around, the better we can blend in. Yes, he certainly blends in, doesn't he? He appears to be wary of these police officers. Maybe the police really do have something against private investigators, just like in those detective novels. He used to be a police officer, right? He went to the school with Jun. This place is said to be connected with the story of the Fool's Procession. I wouldn't be surprised if a curse bearer decided to turn up. However, I need to find out if the teacher was a curse bearer or not. I expect the police to be baffled since they don't know about the curses. I could ask around to see what the students have to say. Alright, let's inquire. Alright, I'll go ask the students about Michio. I'm back, ma'am. So, what'd you learn? School kids sure love a good rumor. I was practically drowning in stories about Mr. Janucci and Michio, most of which seemed dubious at best. Not surprising. Most of what I heard was hardly worth a second thought, but there was one story that caught my attention. Oh? Some believe Michio is the one who killed Mr. Janucci. Really? The story's got 2 pieces of evidence to back it up. One of them wasn't news to me. Apparently he's been mumbling that Michio was going to kill him for some days now. A fellow teacher overheard him mumbling and told the students. And then it spread like wildfire, I suppose. Rumors that juicy don't stay a secret for long. As for the other piece of evidence, a pig-tailed girl in her school uniform was seen around school late last night. Go on? Although numerous people claim to have seen the girl, not one of them saw her face. Some are proposing it was Michio brought back to life, or it was her vengeful spirit. But it's not like Michio's the only high school girl to wear pigtails. This rumor might have been made up just to fan the flames. But if it were true, I want to get a hold of her in order to hear her side of the kidnapping. If she's alive, that'd be ideal. There's still one more thing I should mention. I discovered where Michio lived. A student had a list of student addresses on hand. That's an amazing find. I believe all the students actually have a copy of said list. It truly worries me how easily it was to obtain what should be confidential information. That is a little scary. My goodness, like everybody has everybody's address? That doesn't seem safe at all. Imagine what would happen if that information got into the wrong hands. Well, so far it hasn't, no? Sure, let's hope it stays that way. In the meantime, it's now possible for us to visit Michio Shirashi's house. I can imagine the students are uneasy after learning of the murder. It may do them well to stay home for some time, if not for fear of their safety. The police are probably too wrapped up in solving the case to be concerned about the students' mental health. Okay, so We got Michio Shirashi's house. We've got the street. You know what? Let's go to Michio Shirashi's house, and then we'll probably wrap it up for tonight. Because I'm interested in like what information we're gonna get here. How did it go? I went to visit Michio Shirashi's house, but however, no one seemed to be there. I got no answer at the door, and all the lights were out. It seems to have been empty for a while now. There was a stack of newspapers out front. Let's see, can we find any of the bird stickers? It's a bit quieter over here. It is a residential area after all. All these rundown row houses really scream working class, don't they? I don't understand why no one's come to this house, even after Michio committed suicide. I wonder if this place is okay. I've never liked the messy and cluttered back streets. They give me the jitters every time. It's reassuring to have someone as strong and tall as Richter accompanying me. He looks so unfazed. I suppose a detective is used to this kind of thing, always investigating and chasing criminals. I wouldn't be cut out for it. Social connections run deep in working class areas like this place, so I decided to talk to the locals. I met a few nice old ladies who were kind enough to give me the scoop. Turns out that Shirashi's reputation really went down the dumps this past year. Is that so? I'll give you the quick summary. They moved here about 3 years ago. Their previous residence was in a better part of town. Michio's father died in a car accident, leaving behind the two of them. Michio's mom, Toshiko, now a single mother, relocated here. At first, they got along with their neighbors, many of which were in similar situations, helping and being helped in turn. Oh, I wonder if it was the stepdad, like he came in and was an asshole and just kind of like isolated them. So far, so good. What happened? Well, as I said, their reputation began to go downhill about a year ago. And didn't Hitomi say that like Janucci had dirt on something that Michio did like for a year? A man recognized as Toshiko's common-law husband moved into the household. I feel like that timeline is not a coincidence. His name was apparently Konkichiro Iwai. Neighborhood gossip is something else. Somehow everyone knew his name. So, what of this Iwai character? I'm probably saying his name wrong, I apologize. He was apparently a vulgar fellow with a criminal record. He was prone to violent outbursts. The neighbors often heard screams and shouting coming from the home. The neighbors took particular notice of Toshiko's screams pleading with him not to hit Michio. Okay, so they're confirmed physical violence at least. Oh, what's that there's like somebody in the background? That's terrible. As if that wasn't unsettling enough, every night the neighbors began to hear an eerie chanting. Through this, the Shirashi's standing in the neighborhood plummeted rapidly. Toshiko was often seen covered in bruises and wounds. She stopped responding to her neighbors. She would just turn the other way when greeted. They kept their storm shutters closed even during the day and effectively shut themselves away from the entire community. That sounds horrible. Why didn't the police step in and do something? Unfortunately, under our current laws, the police aren't allowed to get involved with domestic disputes. Really? Wow, that's awful. And then Michio reportedly killed herself. Things only got worse with Iwai, and Toshiko was admitted to the hospital for physical and mental abuse. Ever since, Iwai hasn't returned to the home. Many locals expressed sympathy for Michio's circumstances, but just as many were fed up with the Shirashis entirely and seemed relieved that things finally quieted down again. It seems they were still considered outsiders even after 3 years of living here. I don't understand. Why would Toshiko have gotten involved with such a brutish good-for-nothing in the first place? I've heard many stories where a partner's personality does a complete turn after entering a relationship. After her first husband's death, Toshiko's financial situation had taken a turn for the worse. She was determined to send her daughter to a good high school. It's possible she fell victim to sweet promises. Yeah, it's like Haraway. Whoops. Haraway doesn't know any of that stuff. She's not wanting for money, right? Life can be tough, I suppose. She's like, not for me. I'm rich as fuck. But, then she also has, like, her son dying, so she's got her own problems. You don't seem moved by the story, ma'am. That's fine. People have all kinds of stories. Alright, common-law husband of Michio's mother, Toshiko, started coming and going from the Shirashi household a little over a year ago. It seems he has served some time in prison, but the details are unknown. But the Shirashi certainly hadn't lucked out on lucked out with theirs, bringing such a violent man into it. Is there anything else here? The Shirashis were dealt a tough hand. I can't imagine what it was like. Could it be the girl was forced by her circumstances to take part in the kidnapping? There's something I'm missing here. Okay. Is that it? I guess? Alright. Alright, I'm gonna move. If that's it, I think we'll go to one more place. It's a little over 2 hours, not too bad. Unless this ends up being super long, but like, I think I can handle it. The Hahaku Soap's headquarters are on the other side of South Waragasue Street. They were closed when I visited this morning, but appears things are up and running now. Oh, I wonder if they're going to have any information about, like, because Okie, he worked here, so maybe they'll have info on him. First, I need to confirm whether Takumi is the man I ran into last night. Then I'll be able to determine if he's a curse bearer. It will be better if I go inside the headquarters alone. You should walk around, visit a cafe for some tea, perhaps. To think a small soap-making company could grow so much in such a short amount of time. They're probably involved in witchcraft or something. And then they have to, like, I don't know, pay their dues, maybe by getting, like, souls and stuff. They have factories and warehouses throughout the area now. You can see why director and now chairwoman Natsue Yamamori is called the Queen. She's totally in on this. Totally. Chemical producer that ranks 4th largest in the domestic detergent market and 7th largest in the cosmetics market. From its humble beginnings as a small soap factory, founder Natsue Yamamori utilized her feminine perspective and a well-timed economic boom to boldly lead the company into new markets. Even as the market grew crowded with the industrialization of Sumida City, the company continued to expand, digging its roots deep into the area. In particular, it established itself as a household name by focusing its branding towards the rapidly expanding convenience store market. Its flagship products now include cosmetics, detergent, soap, shampoo, and more. The company's name, Hahaku, can also refer to kasuri, a type of patterned fabric. Oh my gosh, okay. Whew, alright. Natsue is the former president of Hahaku Soaps, a large chemical company. Though she retired from her position 2 years ago, she still wields great influence over the company from her position of chairwoman. Recently, there's been rumors about her possessing strange and powerful magic abilities. I might not be too far off, earning her the nickname the Witch of Hahaku. Prior to the war, Natsue enjoyed working her dream job at a textile factory. She was forced to face the bitter reality of the world when the factory was destroyed by a fire during the war. She was ordered to rework the fabric she had painstakingly crafted into something more suitable for blue-collared work. Witnessing the rise in popularity of Western-style clothing in the post-war period, Natsue left the textile industry. However, a nod to her past could be seen in her company's name, with Hahaku being another name for kasuri, a type of fabric featuring patterns and images. Having long been dissatisfied with the soap supplied at the textile factory, Natsue saw a business opportunity and set up her own small soap factory. Taking inspiration from imported soap brands, she developed new products which quickly gained a good reputation. Ever the shrewd businesswoman, Natsue ran an aggressive promotional campaign on TV featuring a popular Japanese singer, rapidly turning Hahaku Soaps into a household name. You mentioned that Takumi works as her secretary. That's correct. Do you think it's possible he's acting on her orders? That's exactly my thinking. A curse bearer with both money and power could certainly look at resurrection as their next prize. So safe to say he's probably not going to be swayed by money. Negotiating with a person of that stature may prove difficult. Yep, exactly. I'm going to go in. It may be a while, so feel free to find time. Feel to find somewhere to kill time. Okay, good luck. Sorry to keep you waiting. How'd it go? I'll fast forward to the conclusion. I met with Takumi. There's no doubt he's the same man I saw last night, but it doesn't seem like he's a curse bearer. But that doesn't mean he has no connections to the recent curses. He knew about the 7 mysteries. He even guessed we had a curse stone of our own. Excuse me? And he said we, so he knows that, like, there's another person involved. I tried to approach Takumi about a fallen item after I ran into him last night, however. You said your name was Richter, correct? I have a favor I'd like to ask of you. I'm hoping you'd hand over the curse stone in your possession. Okay, so he's saying him. Curse stone? What do you want about? There's no need to play dumb with me. In fact, there's no time for it. I had the same reason you did to think you were a curse bearer last night, and your arrival here only confirms it. You are a curse bearer, no? Well, technically, no. You're right, we lack time. I'll confess, I am a curse bearer. I possess the curse stone of the haunting clappers. I'm glad to hear the truth. Finally, this conversation is worthwhile. It's a dangerous item you hold. Give it to me. My company will take the responsibility to dispose of it. I didn't know the soap business specialized in scrubbing curses clean. Oh yeah, he said the same thing about Oki, so there is something about, like, this company and the curses. It's the prerogative of Miss Yamamori. Is that so? Assuming you've obtained the curse, you'll understand the power it involves, no? Miss Yamamori possesses supernatural powers akin to those of a god. She has a deep love for this land, having transformed it from the pile of dirt it once was to the home of our headquarters. Except she didn't mind dumping all of that, like, chemicals into the river, apparently, the place she loves so much. She can't stomach the fact it's now the site of these curses run rampant. So you're telling me the Queen of Hahaku is a real-life witch. She wouldn't appreciate being called that, mind you. There's a sorcerer by the name of Suigen Gamyodo who's gallantly working behind the scenes, exorcising spirits and the like. Go on. That being so, there's already been instances of the dead coming back to life. Do you understand the urgency of this matter? There are curses we're speaking of, tools which are used by the wicked beings to possess people. The rite of resurrection is nothing but a fabrication meant to seduce the curse bearers into unspeakable action. If you truly understand what I'm talking about, you must hand over that curse stone at once. Very interesting. With that said, how many curse stones have you acquired so far? If what you tell me is true, surely the company would have launched a large-scale search by now. He's calling him out. We have 6. 6. Whoa, I can rest at ease then. So, I know there's more than 7, but like because we know the cop already has 3, they have 1. The serial killer has 1. I feel like he's just kind of, maybe he's bullshitting. I feel like he's bullshitting him. Here I thought I was at risk of being cursed. It seems we're on the same page. If that's the case, you should hand over your curse stone immediately. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but it's not actually in my possession at the moment. Considering its importance, I've been keeping it in hiding. Really? Then I'll accompany you when you retrieve it. I'm sorry, but I've got something important to attend to, but I promise I'll return with it later. Very well. Then you won't refuse to provide your address and telephone number, I presume? How prudent of you. I'll oblige. And that's how it went. So, they aren't after the right, after all. I wouldn't be so quick to trust him. Oh? I believe we're dealing with a master in deception. He may well have made up a story to convince us to part ways with our stone. I think he was lying about having procured 6 curse stones as well. Like, really? 6? That's excessive. He probably should have gone with a lower number. Well, now I feel gullible. The company's plotting something. I wonder what they mean to do with the curse stones. He seemed rather desperate to get a hold of ours, despite us not having collected any soldier eggs. Perhaps the people at Hahaku are the masterminds behind the curses being unleashed. Because the chairwoman's a witch. I wonder about that, too. If she really were that powerful, would her secretary have divulged that information so casually? Takumi was either making it up as he went, or he's trying to spread a rumor. For what purpose would he do that? Recently, people have been caught up in the occult more than ever before. If word spreads that Hahaku's chairwoman has godlike powers, she could very well benefit socially and politically from that mystique. It's all just like a social, like it's just a social, I was going to say media, but it's not, social media wasn't really a thing back in the 80s, but like this is all just like a really weird kind of like marketing thing. That's unsettling. By the way, there's one more thing of interest I heard while in the company's reception lobby. People were discussing whether one of the bodies found this morning was that of a Hahaku employee. Really? So long as the officials haven't revealed the identity, it'll all amount to no more than speculation, though. Despite that, I've reason to believe Hahaku Soaps is deeply involved with the 7 mysteries. At the very least, I can assure you I've gathered that much. The more we know, the better our negotiations will go. He tells me he barely slept last night, and yet he seems to be brimming with energy. Was I, too, that resilient at his age? Perhaps it's what set apart a detective from the rest. It's the cocaine. It's the 80s. He's just... That's what it is. Or he's just had so much coffee. Okay, I think... Do we have everything? Not quite yet. We should avoid Hahaku for the time being. It will be a pain if I have to deal with Takumi again. Back in the Edo period, the canal known as South Waragesue ran through this area, but it's been turned into a major road. It's a bit away from Kinshicho Station or Ryogoku Station, though it's still considered a nice area. The stories of the ever-burning lantern and the foot-washing mansion both took place around here. One of the bodies discovered this morning was found by this road as well. It's quite a lively area, huh? I suppose you could call it somewhat of a city center. Ah, there we go. Okay, so I think that is going to be it for this area. So I'm going to go ahead and save. And I know we just have like the one more spot for them to explore, but my stomach has been grumbling for like the past 20 minutes. So I am going to go ahead and wrap it up for tonight, guys. But thank you so much for sticking with me for the little bit of a longer live stream. We got a lot of information. We're starting to see things start to connect, but there's still a lot of information missing. But I think we're probably about halfway through, so there's a lot of stuff that still needs to be figured out, and I can't wait for that moment where like everything comes together and everything clicks. That's always the fun part about like these mystery games and these stories. So yeah, that is going to do it for me for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. I'm going to see if I can do another live stream this Friday night. We're going to just see how things go. I might have time, I might not. Of course, keep an eye out for notifications on my channel to let you guys know if I'm going to be doing another live stream this week. Otherwise, we're going to have the usual next week, either Tuesday or Wednesday. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day.